Right now, you're receiving another dose of dopamine. This hormone is produced when the brain expects a reward. After completing some mental or physical work, our bodies intensify the desire for something pleasurable, to taste delicious food, lounge on the couch, or watch entertaining videos. The pursuit of reward triggers feelings of pleasure and compels us to endlessly scroll through various clips. The shorter and funnier they are, the more potent the hormone rush. But who is currently supplying our brains with such a dopamine boost? TikTok. TikTok is the world's most popular app for viewing and sharing short videos. In less than 6 years, it's been downloaded over 3.7 billion times. Every month, 1.2 billion people watch TikTok clips, nearly 21% of all social media users worldwide. Facebook and Instagram took nearly a decade to gather an audience of this size. It managed to captivate the minds and hearts of multiple generations and achieved colossal success in a short span. Some believe that scrolling through TikTok leads to brain degradation, but others view the app as an excellent tool for making millions. But who's behind this social media giant? Why was it blocked in some countries? And why did a former US president want to get rid of the app? This is the story of TikTok. The name of the creator of the phenomenal app is derived from a Chinese saying about how you can amaze everyone on the first try. And that's exactly what happened. In 1983, in the Chinese province of Fujian, Zhang Yiming was born in a family of government officials. From a very young age, the boy showed a passion for learning, an insatiable appetite for information, and a strong inclination for self-improvement. While other children at the age of 4 watched cartoons, Yiming read everything that came his way, preferring science fiction literature and myth collections. In his later school years, he read 20 to 30 newspapers a week and dreamed of becoming a scientist. His parents encouraged his enthusiasm, subscribing to weekly scientific journals. But what he loved most were family discussions about the technological innovations in the country, because his father was a member of the local scientific and technical commission. In 2001, Yiming entered Nankai University in Tianjin, where he initially planned to study biology, but unfortunately his grades were not sufficient. So he decided to pursue electronics. However, he soon realized that this field offered too few opportunities to apply textbook theory in real life and switched to programming. During this time, he found a good part-time job, repairing computers and creating websites for various companies. This earned him up to $430 per month, a substantial sum for a Chinese student at the time. After completing his education, in 2006, Yiming joined the tourist startup Kushun, a search engine for hotel and flight services. He was one of the first employees and began as a regular programmer. However, within a year, he was already leading a team of 50 people. 2 years later, Yiming was offered a job at a Beijing branch of Microsoft, one of the world's prestigious technology companies. But what he saw there was in no way consistent with his expectations. He felt stifled by Microsoft's corporate rules. Nevertheless, by that time, he had managed to earn enough to buy his own apartment in China's capital, Beijing. However, to buy the apartment, he wrote a program that collected all the available data on the Beijing real estate market from the internet and entered them into a database. From that database, he generated spreadsheets, performed calculations, and ultimately obtained the single optimal option with the address of his future apartment. From 2008 to 2012, Yiming worked at Fanfu, a Chinese clone of Twitter, and headed the real estate internet portal 99fang.com. He never got attached to his work because he believed it was his duty to try to create something more, something that anyone could touch. In the early 2010s, the Chinese internet industry was undergoing an informational shift. One of the major events was the introduction of the iPhone 4S to the Chinese market. It created a sensation. Lines of people hoping to get their hands on it stretched for blocks. It was a pivotal time for smartphones. In that year, around 110 million devices were sold in China, more than the combined total of the previous several years. Smartphones promised a massive expansion of the internet services and information market, with access anywhere and at any time. At that time, Baidu, the search giant, dominated the entire information market. However, it often provided search results inaccurately, with irrelevant information or mixed in inappropriate advertising. This is where Zhang Yiming decided to take action. He wanted to offer users relevant search query matching content using technologies based on artificial intelligence. He envisioned a world where information found the user, not the other way around. Surprisingly, this vision was not shared by most investors, including Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. So Yiming had to find $360,000 on his own, which was quite insufficient. But then, his friend and investor, Huan Wang, convinced the American firm Susquehanna International Group to invest $50 million in the startup. And from that point on, everything started to fall into place. In March 2012, Zhang Yiming founded ByteDance and launched the news app Toutiao, which means headlines.
今日头条
In just 2 years, it attracted more than 13 million Chinese users daily. Even the American investment from Sequoia Capital, which had initially refused Yiming's request for financing, showed interest and invested $100 million in the company upon seeing the success of the new app. By 2013, the entire Chinese internet industry understood that user activity was shifting toward video. This trend was evident in the popularity of platforms like YouTube and those for creating short videos including Snapchat, Vine, Instagram, Dubsmash, and Mindy. However, what caught ByteDance's attention the most was the network Musical.ly, another product by Chinese programmers but created on American soil. Their concept allowed users to create and share short music videos with simple dance moves, goofy pranks, or challenges. Does this sound familiar? By the end of 2015, Musical.ly had registered 100 million users, including users from the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Japan. ByteDance was so impressed with their concept that they decided to develop something similar. In 2016, in just 200 days, ByteDance developed and launched a new music-based social network called Douyin. This platform was initially only available to Chinese users. Its primary feature was short 15-second videos, which could be enhanced with text, music, and effects, and users could create duets with others. The idea for the app's logo was simple but clever. The designer came up with it while in a dark concert hall where the visual effects of the loud sounds seemed to vibrate. The black background perfectly highlights the accents, and the soft corners capture the essence of music. Additionally, the app's name is a combination of the Chinese words for shaken music, so the logo became a musical note shaped like the letter D. The first letter on the platform's name in a 3D filter style. Initially, things didn't go very smoothly, as people wondered why Chinese users needed another app that seemed similar to others. This prompted ByteDance to take an innovative approach to advertising by involving college art students who were young, attractive, creative, and talented. At the same time, ByteDance's team actively created accounts on various video and social platforms and shared videos with the Douyin watermark. This acted as a form of promotion, helping those interested in the app finding it in the app stores. They also sought out popular individuals and celebrities on other social networks and paid them to create short videos featuring the app's logo. However, their greatest success came from sponsoring numerous Chinese talent competitors on television. ByteDance realized that the hard work of creators of good videos should be rewarded, and to do that, they needed to monetize follower acquisition. So, when an account gained a substantial number of followers, the creator could begin to place ads in their videos or earn money based on the high views of their content. In October 2017, Douyin's daily user count doubled, reaching 14 million, and it continued to grow, reaching 30 million within 2 months. It felt like someone had infused the platform with a magical rocket fuel that propelled all key metrics into the stratosphere. Riding on the success of Douyin, Zhang wanted to take it to the global stage. They kept the concept, style, and the app's logo the same, but decided to change the name to something more appealing to Western audiences. TikTok, which symbolizes the brief nature of the videos on the platform and is reminiscent of the sound of ticking clocks. Some believe that the developers took this name from the popular song TikTok by Kesha. As part of their globalization plans, in February 2017, ByteDance acquired the American app Flipagram for $50 million. It had 36 million active users and allowed users to create musical slideshows from their phone's photos. However, ByteDance had to eliminate its main competitor Musical.ly, which was the source of the short music video idea. By then, Musical.ly had improved and developed the video show video editor, with 100 million registered users worldwide and 11 million daily active users. So what did ByteDance do? They simply bought Musical.ly for $1 billion, obtaining both the user base and a monopoly in the realm of amateur short videos, since the primary competitors were now part of ByteDance. August 2, 2019 was a significant day in TikTok's history. It was the day of the merger with Musical.ly. Users of Musical.ly woke up to find that the app had transformed into TikTok plus Musical.ly, and all their old videos and accounts had moved to the new platform. In about a year, TikTok's monthly user count grew from 0 to 500 million. For Musical.ly, which had been on the market for a whole 5 years, this figure only reached 130 million. ByteDance initially intended for these two platforms to coexist independently, but 9 months later, they had to let go of the Musical.ly brand as TikTok, significantly larger and more successful, took over. Nonetheless, these numerous changes upset users loyal to the old service, leading some to leave the platform. There was a wave of protests with petitions to bring back Musical.ly. At this point, celebrities started talking about TikTok. "Guys, there's a really cool app that I've been getting into lately called TikTok," said Jimmy Fallon, host of The Tonight Show, a popular American TV show on NBC, to his audience. This naturally raised questions about paid promotions, although the show's creators denied it. Then, suddenly in another popular TV show, The Ellen Show, a video with a TikTok logo appeared, and the host, Ellen DeGeneres, joked, "If TikTok wants to pay me for sponsorship, I'll play it again." ByteDance was never stingy when it came to paying for star endorsements. However, in many cases, no payments were needed as the app started promoting itself. For the first time, a content platform from China managed to penetrate deep into Western culture and set a new standard for Chinese enterprises seeking to expand abroad. In 2019, TikTok reached its first billion downloads in experiment advertising. The first ad was for the American food delivery service Grubhub, which appeared between videos and was like a regular commercial. From November 2021 to January 2022, the app was registering more than 650,000 new users every day, which is almost 8 new accounts per second. As of this year, TikTok has been downloaded over 3.7 billion times, and on average, users spend 1.5 hours per day on the platform. Many famous stars and large brands use TikTok. Will Smith, Dwayne Johnson, Billie Eilish, Selena Gomez, Netflix, GoPro, Crocs, Marvel. The creators of short videos, TikTokers, record content on a wide range of topics: humor, dance, music, fashion, cooking, makeup, and even just goofing around in front of the camera. TikTokers even form groups and create TikTok houses, making the platform almost a way of life. Since 2022, TikTok has increased the duration of videos to 10 minutes, allowing users to release even more content and attract a substantial audience that typically uses YouTube. TikTok is the 6th most popular social media platform globally and ranks among the top 20 most valuable technology brands worldwide. In 2022, it generated $11.6 billion, and according to forecasts, its revenue is expected to exceed $23 billion by early 2024. Thanks to these figures, the app itself is valued at $43.5 billion. ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, is valued at $300 billion. As for the creator of the most successful app, Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in 2019. He has also entered the list of the richest billionaires in China with a fortune of $53.4 billion. Currently, TikTok is available in 150 out of 195 countries in the world and supports 75 languages. The platform reached the peak of its popularity in China, the United States, Indonesia, Brazil, Mexico, and Russia. However, the highest number of downloads since the app's launch was recorded in India, with over 450 million downloads, until the platform was banned in 2020. It was prohibited not only for being considered immoral and indecent, but also in the context of a border conflict between the two countries. The platform faced allegations of posting videos with inappropriate language, online harassment, overly explicit content that could harm minors, and pedophilic material. One of the most significant scandals in the short history of the app occurred when in 2020 the service began close cooperation with the Chinese authorities. On one hand, this led to stricter content rules. On the other hand, TikTok was accused of posing a national security threat, jeopardizing the integrity of countries and their sovereignty. The app was suspected of unlawfully collecting information about its users. The most vocal critics came from US officials. The White House called for the platform's blacklisting. This primarily threatened to remove the app from the App Store, where TikTok ranked first in terms of downloads. Former US President Donald Trump even threatened to ban TikTok in the United States unless it was acquired by Microsoft or another American corporation. The Chinese site regarded this statement as a tool for political pressure. A few months later, information emerged about a deal in which the buyers of the American shares would be Oracle and Walmart. It was said that Oracle would own 12.5% of TikTok shares, while Walmart would take 7.5%. The total value of these shares would have been $12 billion. Additionally, plans were made to create jobs for 25,000 Americans and establish the company's headquarters in Texas. This issue was ultimately settled in the summer of 2021 when the new US President Joe Biden paused the social network ban decision for a thorough TikTok review. However, the American segment of the application was successfully acquired by Oracle for $30 billion. Microsoft also aimed to acquire this share, but Bill Gates Corporation considered the price too high. In its 6 years of existence, TikTok has encountered many global corporate giants. You've already heard about Microsoft and Oracle, but in addition to them, Twitter was in talks about integrating its microblogging service with the popular video platform. In April 2020, Apple registered its channel on TikTok and started posting videos about its products. Amazon in July 2020 banned its employees from using TikTok due to safety concerns. Google released its alternative to TikTok called Shorts for YouTube and, together with Instagram Reels, borrowed the mobile format of 9:16, one of TikTok's most successful features. Facebook, the primary competitor in terms of popularity and the battle for advertisers, overhauled its interface in 2022 to make it resemble TikTok's feed. This led many fans of the super famous brand to speculate that, for the first time, the world was copying the Chinese rather than the other way around. So, why is TikTok so popular? Scientists claim it has to do with the changes in thinking patterns that have developed over the past few years with the widespread use of the internet. It's all about so-called clip thinking, where people get accustomed to consuming a vast amount of information chopped into little pieces. Quick videos are much harder to break free from because they create a trap. You think watching just one more video won't hurt, but in reality, we deceive ourselves and continue consuming even more content, spending more time on TikTok. There isn't much intellectual content on this platform. All the videos don't require any mental effort. The sillier and more absurd the video, the higher the chance that it will amass huge views and the creator will become a star on the platform. For those who create content and make money on it, TikTok is a tremendous advantage. But for those who waste their time endlessly scrolling through the feed, does this indicate a form of degradation? Who knows what the future holds? Will TikTok vanish like something fleeting such as Vine, or will it be with us forever like Facebook? But one thing is certain, the TikTok story will continue. What are your thoughts on this app? Share them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue bringing you great content.